Scientists have found that tuna populations are starting to recover after years of overfishing. But the International Union for the Conservation of Nature says many other marine species are moving closer to extinction. Almost 40% of sharks and rays are now threatened, mainly due to overfishing. And the report estimates that 30% of 140,000 species of animal are now at risk of extinction. Caroline Pollock is Senior Programme Coordinator for the conservation group's Red List. I talked to her first about the positive signs revealed in this survey.
The news about the tunas is absolutely fantastic, and it clearly demonstrates the what can be done when regions and fisheries management teams work together, because these are massively wide-ranging species. Obviously, all the regions have to coordinate, and it's finally paying off. So 4 species have now moved into a lesser threatened category, but it doesn't actually mean that we can all go out and just start fishing tuna like crazy now, because there are still some concerns in certain parts of the ranges. So for the yellowfin tuna, there's still some concern in the Indian Ocean. For the Atlantic bluefin, the Western Atlantic stock is in serious decline, but that's a smaller part of the population. Still, it needs some focus for fisheries management there.
And as far as sharks and rays are concerned, you're worried now about their status, and how does that affect the larger ecosystem?
It has a very severe effect on the larger ecosystem in ocean areas. Sharks are top predators. They have a very important role to play in the ecosystem. So the recent reassessment of the sharks has shown that the percentage of threatened species that we know about have actually gone up. Back in 2014, it was about 31%. There's now 37% of the sharks and rays are known to be threatened. And it's all because of overexploitation. So the fantastic work that the fisheries have done on the tunas, they need to now redirect that or spread that work across to the sharks and rays as well.
And what about the prospects for the world's largest lizard? I think this is something that you're particularly concerned about.
Yes, the Komodo dragon. Actually, the Komodo dragon itself, it's endemic to Indonesia, and most of the population occurs in Komodo National Park, which is a very well-run national park. And in actual fact, the population, although it's small, is mostly stable, although one part of the population outside of the national park is declining quite severely. The main concern of the Komodo dragon is climate change, and as the human population is feeling climate change extremely strongly right at the moment, so our species around the world. And the Komodo dragon, we think, based on climate change modelling, it could actually lose up to 30% of its habitat over the next 45 years just due to sea level rises because of global warming.
So just briefly, we are talking about global warming, about rising sea levels a lot at the moment in the run-up to COP26. And there's a danger that animal species and human beings are looking for habitation in shrinking territory.
Absolutely, and that is the main concern between this balance between the human population and biodiversity. It's on a knife edge right now. We really need to do something about it, and ideally we are looking to protect at least 30% of the global planet by the year 2030, and that's the key aim, to make sure there's a world for humans and a world for animals and plants and fungi.